Hello, and welcome to the short presentation about the Mental Health First Aid England's MHFA course. My name is Peter Abbott, and I'm going to talk you through what's involved in attending the course and what happens once you've attended. Before I make a start, I'll give you a little information about myself. So, I'm an accredited associate member instructor for Mental Health First Aid England and have been since 2018. And I'm licensed to deliver all of the MHFA adult courses, one of which includes the Mental Health First Aid course. So thinking about the course itself and who it's ideal for, it's for those who'd like to become a mental health first aider so that they can gain the knowledge and skills to be able to spot the signs of people experiencing poor mental health. That they're confident in starting a conversation and signposting a person to appropriate support. And alongside the best evidence-based mental health first aid training that they undertake, mental health first aiders are also provided with 3 years access to ongoing learning and support through the Mental Health First Aider Support app. The app gives the people 24 hours, 7 days a week digital support and access to exclusive resources and ongoing learning opportunities, and the benefit of joining England's largest community of trained mental health first aiders. In addition to this, upon completion of the training, delegates are also invited to join the Association of Mental Health First Aiders. So the benefits of attending the training: it reduces the stigma that surrounds mental ill health. It gives you increased confidence to have supportive conversations about mental health. Throughout the course promotes equity and understanding around the topic of mental health from different perspectives. It helps build supportive communities and promotes open conversations about mental health. It encourages self-care, gives the delegates who attend the tools to look after their own and others' mental health, and it promotes early intervention and recovery, which can prevent an individual's mental health from deteriorating. So, what are the learning outcomes when you train up to be a mental health first aider? So once you've trained, you'll be able to recognise those that may be experiencing poor mental health and provide them with first level support and early intervention. You'll be able to encourage a person to identify and access sources of professional help and other supports. You'll be able to practice active listening and empathy and have conversations with improved mental health literacy around language and stigma, and also able to confidently discuss the role in depth, including the boundaries and confidentiality that comes along with that role, and also practice self-care. The course itself comes in 4 compartments or 4 sessions. Now these can be delivered over 2 full days. So for example, you'd have session 1 in the first day in the AM, session 2 in the PM of the first day, session 3 would be day 2 AM, and session 4 would be day 2 PM. Or you could split the 4 sessions over 4 half days worth of training. So say, for example, you could deliver on a Monday morning, session 1, you could deliver on a Tuesday morning, session 2. Session 3 would be, say, for example, the following week, Monday morning AM, and then session 4 would wrap up the training on the Tuesday of the second week AM. That's preferable when it's being delivered online. For face-to-face deliveries, we would recommend that you would deliver the course 2 days back to back. But that recommendation wouldn't be for online, because if we deliver and have 2 full days online, often delegates can experience online fatigue for attending the course with that amount of intensity. So we always recommend for the online training, there's at least a day's break between. If you want a full day's worth of training, take a day's break in between that, and then pick up days 2 as a full day's training after that. So when it comes to the support of being a mental health first aider upon completion of the training, that support doesn't stop when the course ends and when it finishes. Mental Health First Aid England offer continuous support for mental health first aiders, and it goes well beyond the initial certification and ensures that those individuals who have trained as mental health first aiders can lead impactful MHFA interventions. And as a mental health first aider, you will automatically get access to 24-hour, 7-day-a-week digital support through the Mental Health First Aider support app. And from there, you'll find exclusive resources, ongoing learning opportunities, and this will enable you to grow in confidence and gain the benefit of joining England's largest community of trained mental health first aiders. The support then will also give you the opportunity to keep your learning alive and keep that fresh. You've got quick reference to something should you need it during your role of being a mental health first aider and the conversations you might have. And it also connects you with a group of people who are passionate and intent on improving the mental health of the nation. So let's have a brief tour of what the Mental Health First Aider app support app looks like. So the app empowers you as a mental health first aider with the following features. So you've got secure conversation login. So this enables you to make some reflective notes, to record and reflect, but also protect the confidentiality of the individual whose notes that you are logging and reflecting on. It also allows you to set up reminders. This enables you to get well-being check-ins with people that you've got in an ongoing supporting capacity. You can receive 24/7 text support service through Shout for advice and reassurance on your mental health first aid conversations, or indeed even to support your own well-being, perhaps if you've had a difficult conversation. There's a huge resource library there of toolkits, guidance, animations and core mental health concepts that enable you and support you in your role of being a mental health first aider. And there's also a thing called the Hub of Hope, which is a signposting database which enables you to be able to find local and national mental health services for additional support. So let's have a look at some features. So when you first log in to the Mental Health First Aider support app, you'll land on the home screen, which looks like that first image there on the left-hand side of your screen. In there, you'll see some tabs. So towards the top of the screen, you can see a tab that directly takes you to the Samaritans, should you need to. Just below that, you've got a tab to reach out to Shout. Over to the top right there, you've got the Hub of Hope, which then takes you through to those local and national mental health services and support that we've just been talking about in the previous slide. You've then got further down a tab for the Mental Health First Aid England's resources, a huge bank of resources you can see over towards the right-hand side that shows in a bit more detail there of what that resource library entails and what might be included in there. You've got your own organisation signposting, so that additional information can be popped into there that you can share with individuals you might be having conversations with. And then Mental Health First Aid England release a monthly Mental Health First Aider newsletter that is sent out by email, but it also is sent out to the Mental Health First Aider app as well. So you can gain access and read on it there as well. The conversation login that I was talking about, there's a little bit of an example that you've got here in the second screen that you can see here. Now, it does state the name John Smith up there, but we do encourage that when we are identifying individuals that we're logging reflective conversations about, is that we use a unique identifier, or perhaps we just use initials rather than the full name. But you can see, for example purposes, we've popped in there somebody's name. We've also got the date the conversation happened, how long and the duration of the conversation, what was spoken about. In this particular example, it says a mental health issue, and they were signposted to their HR department, and they were signposted to think about visiting their GP. And then there's other notes below that you can pop in there, and then you save that conversation down. Now, in your role of being a mental health first aider within your organisation, you may well be asked on month-by-month basis how many types of conversations you've had in your role of being a mental health first aider. So you've got these insights that you can draw upon and pull from the Mental Health First Aider app. None of this information will break any confidentialities, so there's very little concern that can happen. All this details is how many conversations you've had during that month, the average time of the conversations you've been undertaking, the total time of the amount of conversations that you've had, and the most frequent situations and the most frequent signposting that's happened during those types of conversations. And also, during those conversations, you have the ability in the app to add in the emotions that that person was experiencing during those conversations. So you can see there that some of the most common emotions that people are experiencing were some were embarrassment, some were optimistic, for example, and some were motivated. So you've got these insights to be able to show and share out within the organisation to show just how effective your mental health first aid conversations are taking place. The learning that happens then being a mental health first aider. So the learning that you get by accessing the app is an ongoing learning support in your role, and also in there in the app it will ensure that you've got the most up-to-date information on mental health. As always, when a course is written and the latest version of the course is delivered and you attend that, it could be that between your last attending of your training and thinking about doing the refresher course, which we recommend every 3 years, there may be some changes in data or latest thinking when it comes to this topic of mental health. So you'll always see the most up-to-date information on the subject within the Mental Health First Aider app. So over those 3 years, you get your initial access to it. You'll get that library of resources that will support you to have those impactful conversations. You'll be invited to Mental Health First Aider online events, and these will explore different topics and themes around mental health and the role of being a mental health first aider. And you'll also get exclusive MHFAider content, regular online events to provide further learning and support so you remain confident to perform your role effectively long after your training. So why think about choosing mental health first aid training? Well, the feedback is continuous that mental health first aid instructors get every course, and a feedback form is sent out to the delegates to ask if they would provide some feedback of how they felt prior to the training and how they felt once they completed the training. And 91% of the people who have attended the Mental Health First Aider England course have felt they've got a better understanding of what this topic of mental health is all about. Since 2007, that's when Mental Health First Aid England was founded in England, instructor members have trained hundreds of thousands of MHFA aiders within England. All Mental Health First Aid England instructor members are accredited by the Royal Society of Public Health, and so that means that when you attend the training, you can expect quality assured and consistent training and the experience that you will undergo. Everyone is committed to improving the mental health of the training. That includes Mental Health England and the associate mental health instructors and those instructor members. Now, the course is regulated by qualification as well. So if delegates wish to, it's not a requirement if they don't wish to. If you attend the training and don't want to undertake an exam, that's okay. You can still practice being a mental health first aider, but some people like to attend the e-assessment part of the exam. So it's the RSPH Level 3 Award in Mental Health First Aid. And what this is Mental Health First Aid England partnered with the Royal Society for Public Health to create an Office for Qualifications and Examinations Regulations. That's an Ofqual regulated qualification. And by attending the course, it means you're eligible, if you wish to take the e-assessment to gain your MHFAider qualification. The RSPH Level Award in Mental Health First Aid gives you the opportunity to embed your learning further, build further confidence in your ability to carry out the role, and demonstrates your expertise and commitment in the role itself. Now, also, I mentioned earlier that upon completing the training, you're invited to join the Association of mental health first aiders. This has been established in 2024. It's a dedicated community of mental health first aiders, and similar to the Mental Health First Aider app, in addition to what you get in resources there, the association also allows you to get further access to a wider range of resources and extra support to help you fulfill your role of being a mental health first aider. Again, you can attend events, online events, further ongoing training, and get access to the latest research that's out there with regards to the topic of mental health. So that's it. That's what it's about, this course. If you'd like any more information, please do reach out to me. Just to give you an idea is that often throughout the year I will deliver open courses where anybody's invited to attend, and that can be one individual or several individuals. If you have 8 or more delegates that you wish to get trained up in mental health first aid skills, then we can deliver, or I can deliver that course to you in-house, and you can have that specifically delivered within your organisation. But my contact details are on the screen here, so you can see my mobile number there, my email address. You've got my YouTube channel that you're on at this moment in time looking at this particular video, but please do check out other overview training videos of the training I offer. And there's also introductory videos on there about who I am, my background, why I do what I do with regards to being a mental health trainer and well-being trainer, and neurodiversity as well, adding that into the mix, and why I'm so passionate about what I do. You've also got my LinkedIn contact details there, and also my web address. So listen, thank you so much for taking the time to attend this session, and hope to speak to you soon. Thank you very much.